As the Lord just continued to bless the Village Church with more and more and more children, where we started to see a little bit of a collision was within home groups. My own home group experienced this when we first started. Couples started to have more and more children, and at one point they started to outnumber us, and children just became this aspect of our group that we had to step back and think a little more about.
We started our home group about 3 years ago with 3 pregnant women, and after about 3 years and a couple was moving in, we now have 20 kids under the age of 6.
With 20 kids, it was just chaos for 10 minutes, and then we sent all the kids upstairs so we could enter into quote-unquote group time.
We have just tried to figure out how is the best way to just help our kids know the Lord and help them to know that we're living in community. And so the way that we have decided to do that, or part of that, is through home group family discipleship.
Instead of just the adults meeting for home group, once a month everybody meets, the adults and the children together in the same place, in the same home, and the focus and the intention of that night really is the discipleship of the children. And so all the adults, parents, singles, married couples, unmarried, whatever it looks like, all of those adults now have their attention and their focus set on the children and their formation and their discipleship. A simple way to remember what to do in your home group is play, read, sing, and pray.
And so to have a formal evening once a month where they get to be a part of the teaching and the singing and the worship and just the group time is really special, and it's been great for our family, but really sweet for them also.
It's definitely a training ground for me. It's something that I want to aspire to in the future, and so it's really been a blessing to be able to be here with godly men and women who are raising families together in a godly home. To be able to see that has been something where I feel like God has really used it to bless me and to help me to aspire to that in the future with my spouse in the future and our kids.
I think we're starting to see these really good seeds of just gospel-centered community get planted in these kids' heart, like my own kids. For them now, home group is not this mystery. Mom and dad drop you off at a babysitter, and then we go to this thing that you really don't know a whole lot about. And now my kiddos, they get to see it. They get to be a part of it. They get to experience it. They get to meet the other men and women that my life are in community with and get to know them.
Family discipleship in the home can feel very isolated and feel very alone. And so doing home group family discipleship has made us feel less isolated and made us feel like we have a community of people around us that's discipling our kids with us, and we can disciple their kids. And so it doesn't feel near as daunting.
Some weeks are harder than others, and some weeks all of the plans that we have fall apart and nothing works out and we have to skip half of it, and that's okay. And we're all okay with that because we all have small children and realize that's a reality of life.
Our hope for home group family discipleship time is that more and more groups that have children would start to see this option as not only a solution for childcare and help with some of that when it comes to home groups, but they would see this as a way to intentionally include the children that are represented in the group and not just see them as some kind of hindrance or obstacle to group life, but would really capture this opportunity that they have to disciple the children that are in our groups.